Hello, everyone. Hope you're all well on this Saturday night. Right before I started recording, Mr. Teddy acted like he wanted to get up here. I'm like, okay, you can sit with me for a minute. We'll see how long he stays with me here. How you doing, man? Teddy is a full Shih Tzu. What are you now? 7 years old? Something like that? Almost seven. Pretty spry 7 year old, isn't he? This guy can run like the wind, man. He can run and jump. He's a little athlete. Play center field, don't you? All right. All right. Sit right here. We need to be extra careful next week, y'all. I know I say this sometimes, but we got a holiday coming up. There's so much happening. I'm going to go more into that. Also, I have a good cost-cutting tip to share with you a little later in the video, so stay tuned for that. I also have a very good passage, a very good verse I will share that I believe that everybody can identify with, and you will appreciate it. So you don't want to miss that. Also, hit the like button. If you like this video, hit the like button. It helps us out. We really appreciate it. We appreciate all of the support here, okay? Also, if you have a prayer request, put it down in the comments, okay? We will pray for you. There are a lot of prayer warriors on this channel, so promise you, we'll pray for you. So put it down in the comments, all right? We appreciate that as well. All righty, I believe we need to be extra careful next week. We got Thanksgiving rolling around. I just have an odd feeling about stuff, all right? Not saying something's going to happen for sure. Hopefully nothing will. But there's so much going on. I know the protests, and they're mostly in the major cities, I know. But they're in some smaller ones too. I've been hearing about it. So we got protests. We got a lot of angry people. It just seems like a lot of people are just pissed off about something. And they're lashing out. You know, you got your regular crime waves happening. You got traffic, people traveling. Thanksgiving is typically one of the busiest travel days or seasons, both on the roads and air travel as well. So the airports will be crowded if you're going to do that. Even if you're on the roads taking a short trip, be extra careful. All right. So people are traveling, they're going to be less on guard. People usually tend to not be as alert, they're distracted. Okay. So it's a time to be a little extra alert to combat that. All right. People aren't paying attention. They got their nose in their cell phones, not even knowing where they're walking. I see that all the time. I see a lot of people at gas stations that have no idea who's around them. They have no idea. Sometimes I see people put the thing in the gas and the clip where it'll just start filling it up for you. And they walk away and they sit in their car. No idea who can be behind them or come up on them on the other side. It's crazy. Anyway, you good? All right. Stay out of trouble for a little while. You stay out of trouble for about an hour. You look all calm right now, don't you? Yeah. All right, buddy. All right. Go lay down or something. He's probably going to go make trouble now. But yes, I was talking about the gas stations. Yeah. So parking lots, gas stations. Be careful of people following you when you leave, like when you pick things up and you're shopping and you leave. Extra careful of that. Make sure people aren't following you home. All right. Just don't go home if you suspect that. All right. Traffic. Okay. Miss Dawg and I went out, did some shopping today for Thanksgiving / Christmas. Our Christmas, we're empty nesters. We keep everything pretty minimal, all right, for that. But we do get a couple of little things, of course. And for Thanksgiving, so we were picking up some things and some preps. And it was busy. But I noticed a guy walking around. Okay, it's a young guy. Noticed him when we walked in. Didn't think much of it. But I kept seeing him coming around the store. He's circling around, looking at people. He's not pushing a cart. He doesn't have a basket. Doesn't have products in his hand. He's looking at people. Now, he could have been theft or loss prevention, whatever. But I doubt. I really don't think so. I really don't think he was. But he was looking at folks, man. He was looking at people. I saw him. I saw him every time he came by. He looked at me one time. I'm like, yeah, I see you, buddy. I see you. Now, casing people, could have been casing them to maybe try to rob later, follow out to the car. I don't know. Heaven forbid, hopefully it wasn't trafficking. Okay. That is a huge issue all over the country, but it's really big in Georgia. Georgia is usually named as one of the top trafficking states. It's terrible. They target certain places. I'm convinced. I think they target especially small towns. People have a false sense of security. They're not expecting it. So your small towns that have low crime, they target them. Okay, we hear about it a lot. You probably do too. Wherever you are. So, but people tend to be more distracted now, especially during these holidays. All right, on the roads, wherever you're going to be. All right, so pay close attention. All right, wherever you're going. And your children, grandchildren, keep a close eye on them, especially the young ladies. All right, don't go out alone, even in broad daylight or in the morning. Go in pairs if possible, or more, small groups. Keep an eye on each other. Okay. What else? So yeah, I just wanted to get that out there. All right. Other things. Terrorist attacks. Now there's a lot of chatter going on. I've seen some other channels talking about this, that there could be a possible terrorist attack out there through the holidays. They've listed a bunch of cities and towns and all that. I don't know. I mean, there's no way to make sure that that is a trusted source or verified, whatever. But I I would be cautious around large gatherings, these large cities and these big gatherings, these protests. I'd try to stay away from those places. Definitely. All right. So just be cautious of that. You know, cost cutting tips. All right. I've mentioned packing your lunch, and Ms. Dawg and I do this a lot when we go out and go to work. Pack our lunch. You can save a lot because when you go out to eat lunch, gosh, it's like 10 to 15, $20, man. That adds up. You do that every day. Think about the math in that. All right. We bring our lunch a lot. Pack your snacks. Like even if whether you're going to work, school, out for running errands for the day, the weekend, church, and then you're gonna run errands after that. You might want a snack. You get hungry, you get thirsty. We put a cooler in the vehicle and put drinks in there, so you don't have to pay extra to pay 3, 4 prices to get your drink. Like when you go into these quick trips, your gas stations, your racetracks, your Wawas, whatever you got, Waggles, whatever you got there. When you get a drink and a bag of chips, man, you're paying 3, 4 prices for that you would get at most of the stores. So stock up on the snacks, take a few extra when you go out and run around. Okay, you can save a pile doing that. All right. Another good one is Ms. Dawg and I did this when we took some time off. You go to a park, and I don't know about your state, but in Georgia, state park like $5 for the day. All right, like a little donation. Well, we went to the park. We packed a picnic. How cheap is that? I mean, or you can take a little grill, you can grill out or whatever. That's cheap. That's a cheap day out. So think about these things. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money to go out and get in nature and have a little fun. Get out of the house, stretch your legs, okay? Get a little exercise. So that is my cost cutting saving tip for today is to pack your stuff, pack your provisions. All right. Okay, I have a really good verse I'm going to share. It is, bear with me. There we go. All right. This one we can identify with, y'all. It really can. This is from James. The book of James, chapter 3, verse 2 says, "For we all stumble in many things." I'll read it again. "For we all stumble in many things. And, this is so common. I mean, all our mistakes, and even if you make a mistake or you have a failure or something like that, there's a couple of things that can come from that. Number one, we're all going to do it. We're human. You're going to have failures. You're going to stumble. You're going to come up short. Number one, what can you learn from? Learn from it. Okay. And then go forward. Don't dwell on it. That's in the past. Okay. Even if it's something you wronged somebody, ask for forgiveness and go forward and learn from that. Also, in the midst of a mistake or a blunder, failure, you can learn a lot. Something good can come from it. You can meet somebody different. You can make an impact on somebody that you didn't realize you realize it even happened. So you can have unintended consequences or unintended good things that can come from it. The Lord works that way. He really does. You may not really realize it till later down the road. We've had that happen. So just remember, don't dwell on it, and don't let it just bother you, because it's going to happen, right? It's going to happen. Just try to learn from it. I've had some doozies in my time, and doozies, y'all. Y'all be like, dang, God. So, and they're going to have them every now and then. You really are. Just learn. All right. Share your thoughts. Also, remember, prayer request. Put your prayer request in the comments. We'll definitely pray for you on that as well. So again, be alert. Let's stay aware out there. God bless you. I'll see you soon.